Okay, hi, I'm Richard Rust, and today we're going to be going through some triple warmer meridian muscle testing. The triple warmer meridian is one of the meridians that we look at in kinesiology. So I'll be looking at the Teres Minor, the sartorius, the gracilis, the soleus, and the gastrocs. And I have a few comments to make on each of those, so I'll be doing little clips on each of them. So the first thing we're going to be testing is the Teres Minor muscle test. Teres Minor muscle test, or the Teres Minor muscle, is a small muscle. It's a lateral rotator, one of the rotator cuff muscles right on the back of the scapula there, and it's reflex to the thyroid. So, and often Teres Minor can give us information as to whether someone is a low functioning thyroid or an over functioning thyroid. So the position is, we have the elbow at 90 degrees and bring it into the body, and then I'm cupping my hand around it, so stabilizing the elbow with the heel of my palm, and 90 degrees there. We're going to bend the wrist, and you want to have the hand bent in a way, or oriented in a way that it's completely in line with the forearm. And this is a very accurate way of testing, because I'll show you some other variations of that. But basically, by having the wrist flexed, we disengage any of the forearm extensors that may be involved in recruiting. So push the back of the wrist into my hand and hold. And that's not holding. So Simon, I'm just going to ask you, thanks for being a model by the way, I'm just going to ask you to just hold the hand there and hold it any way you want. So just hold it any way, and I'm just going to ask you to push the forearm out against my hand there, hold, and that holds, that feels like it's holding really strong. Another way people can recruit is to go that way, hold that way, that's holding really strong. If you go that way and then hold there, that holds really strong. But to isolate this muscle very specifically, we bend the wrist that way, line the hand up with the forearm, 90 degrees at the elbow, and then a little bit more that way. Good, 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 thank you. Push the back of the wrist into my hand, hold, and there we go. We can unlock the muscle. And I'll just check the other side, see what that's doing as well. So, elbow's bent, and there, and have the wrist bent. Good, and push the back of the wrist. So same thing there, push the back of the wrist into my hand, hold. And it looked like you're starting to arch this back to recruit, but then it just went, so then hold. And that's a very accurate way of testing. So what I'm going to do is just see what the priority correction for that is. This is neurolymphatic, neurovascular. Normally in Touch of Health we'd do a spinal reflex, but I just want to check what's going to be a priority for him. So, so the priority correction for bilateral Teres Minor muscle test is structural, biochemical. So biochemical is coming up. This is the finger modes for biochemical, and so nutritional. Yeah. So let's just go with some supplements. We'll try with say an amino acid. An amino acid comes up. So the one that immediately springs to mind is L-tyrosine. So L-tyrosine, 500 milligram capsules. So we're going to do one capsule, 2 capsules, 3 capsules of L-tyrosine. My God, you're going to be cracking this afternoon. And then what about minerals? Yeah, minerals show up. I'm just stacking the information in with the drawer. So, iodine. So iodine is the main mineral role in thyroid function. So 1 drop, 2 drops, 3 drops, and just checking that isol iodine would be fine. It's a brand we import from the States. So isol iodine, 3 drops and 3 capsules. Okay, so do you want to just go? So we've got 3 drops of isol iodine in the water there, and we've got 3 capsules of L-tyrosine. L-tyrosine is just an amino acid. It's an adrenal support. So sometimes people with Parkinson's you still can take the L-tyrosine, because it helps to produce dopamine in the brain. So, but it's also an essential ingredient for the thyroid to produce thyroxine. So L-tyrosine iodine rings. So let's just try that now. Same test again. Elbow at 90 degrees. Wrist is bent there, and hands in line with the forearm. Push the back of the wrist into my hand. How far out can you go, Simon? That's better. Yeah, good, good, good. And there, and push the back of the wrist into my hand. Hold. That's locking solidly. Good. Even if we take the tyrosines away, and then pushing the back of the wrist into my hand, hold, and that still goes. So we definitely leave the tyrosine there, and then push the back of the wrist into my hand. Hold. Good. And let's just check the other one. Can you swap hands with the iodine drink? Thanks. Good. Just that one. And rotate there, bend the wrist, good, push, hold it, exactly, very precise. You've got to be really precise with the Teres Minor test, because otherwise they recruit and it feels like a lock and it's not. So pushing the back of the wrist into my hand, hold. Does that hold strong? Does it feel stronger to you? Mm-hmm. Feels really locking, eh? Feels really locking to me. Good, okay, so we'll get you to swallow the iodine and the 3 L-tyrosines, if you're okay with that.